Have you ever heard of Timbuktu? For many, the name conjures up images of a mythical, impossibly remote place at the very edge of the world. But what if I told you that for centuries, Timbuktu was not the edge of the world, but its very center? A dazzling hub of wealth, culture, and most importantly, knowledge that rivaled any city in Europe or Asia. Let's travel back in time to the heart of the Mali Empire and later the Songhai Empire between the 13th and 17th centuries. Located strategically near the Niger River, Timbuktu became a crucial crossroads for trans-Saharan trade. Caravans laden with salt from the north met merchants carrying gold and ivory from the south. But they traded more than just goods, they traded ideas. This incredible wealth funded something even more valuable: education. Rulers like the legendary Mansa Musa, famously the richest person in history, invested heavily in Timbuktu's intellectual life. After his pilgrimage to Mecca, he brought back architects, poets, and scholars, transforming the city into an African Renaissance hub. The heart of this intellectual boom was the University of Sanko, which wasn't a single building we might imagine today. Instead, it was a collective of dozens of independent schools, each run by a master scholar, scattered throughout the city's mosques and courtyards. Students would travel from all across the Islamic world to study here. So, what did they learn? The curriculum was incredibly broad. It started with the Quran, of course, but it expanded into law, literature, rhetoric, and a stunning array of sciences. They studied medicine, astronomy, mathematics, chemistry, and philosophy. Timbuktu's scholars weren't just preserving ancient knowledge, they were creating new knowledge. They wrote commentaries, debated complex legal theories, and charted the stars. The city's most precious treasure wasn't its gold, but its books. Scribes in Timbuktu painstakingly copied and illuminated manuscripts, creating vast libraries. At its peak, it's estimated that Timbuktu housed hundreds of thousands of manuscripts, far more than many European cities at the time. These weren't just religious texts, they were scientific treatises, poems, and historical chronicles. Owning a book was a symbol of status and intellect. Sadly, this golden age came to an end. Political instability and foreign invasion in the late 16th century ended the peace and prosperity that allowed Timbuktu to flourish. Many scholars fled, and countless manuscripts were lost or destroyed. For centuries, the city's intellectual legacy was largely forgotten by the outside world. But the story doesn't end there. In a remarkable act of cultural preservation, many families in Timbuktu secretly hid their ancestral libraries, burying them in the desert sand or walling them up in their homes. For generations, they guarded these priceless links to their past. Today, efforts are underway to find, preserve, and digitize these surviving Timbuktu manuscripts. These texts are rewriting history. They provide a powerful counter-narrative to the outdated idea that pre-colonial Africa was a continent without written history or advanced learning. Timbuktu proves that a vibrant, sophisticated intellectual tradition thrived in West Africa for centuries. It was a beacon of light and learning, a city built not just on gold, but on the power of the written word. So, the next time you hear the name Timbuktu, don't think of a remote outpost. Think of a brilliant center of global knowledge, a city of books and scholars, whose legacy continues to inspire and educate us today. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this journey into history as fascinating as I did,